I was exaggerating, folks. Nathan Lowe, the indie dog whisperer, has joined us. I was calling little Prince here a devil dog.
Look at that.
But he is in all. And Tiara is a member of our Life.Style.Live staff.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
He is mischievous, right?
Yeah, a little mischievous. We'll be a little nicer to Prince. He's so cute. We can't call him a devil dog.
But one of the things that is happening is that he is not showing you the respect that perhaps he should.
Yeah, no, that part's true.
Well, you sent me a text last week and said, "Hey, you think you can help me with this?" So what's going on with this little devil dog?
So we'll start out on a milder note, and I'll ease you into the tough stuff. So first off, one thing he does that's kind of strange to me, whenever he eats, he'll take his pellets out of the bowl and take them somewhere, like his bed or the carpet, or just he doesn't like to eat directly from the bowl.
Okay, so a lot of times what that is that's left over from when dogs are being possessed with their food. So they move it into an area where they can guard it more, especially if he's putting it in his bed, he's putting it somewhere where his scent predominates. So it's being more possessive over the food. Now, there can be a range of reasons dogs do that, but I find primarily it's to take it to an area where they feel they can be more guarding over it. Not that he would go after you for it, but I don't know. Or if you had guests over, I don't know. But removing food usually is a form of guarding food.
Okay, so I won't eat it. Okay.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't eat pellets either, would you?
I'm just curious, how long have you had Prince?
It's been about 3 years now.
Oh,
3 years. Okay.
Yeah, he still looks like a puppy, but he's a grown man.
He's looking at George like, why is the man that called me a demon holding me?
But Tiara, you are a first-time dog owner. So
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
So look at me uninformed.
So we're learning together.
Yes, that's right. What else you got going on?
So getting a little further here, one thing he does that's absolutely crazy is that he will scream at the top of his lungs. And we would play the video, but we don't want to traumatize anyone at home right now. But yes, he legit screams.
What are the situations you find him doing that? Is he looking at you while he screams?
Yes, sometimes he will. Like he did that over the weekend. He was in his cage. I believe he probably wanted out of his cage, and he just starts screaming.
Okay, so in a situation, that's demand. I think that's pretty clear to anybody that he's screaming at you to do, probably let him out in that case. What I do with a dog in a kennel when they're yelling like that, if I'm about to let them out, I'll only open the kennel this much, and when they start to shove, I'll close it again.
Okay.
I'll open a little more and close it till they realize if I try to shove, and what they'll do is sit back in their kennel and calm down. Then I open the door and say, all right, come on out. It's really important that you make sure he has got hold of himself, because if he comes out like that, he's going to then your whole world's going to be that. So he has to gain control of himself, and you got to enforce it. It's not that fun at first, but once he learns that, next time you come back to the cage and you go to you say, he'll compose himself.
Right.
And now you have a good start to him coming out. How he comes out is how he's going to act.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
that's
there really
good.
something? Is there harder? We going harder?
Yeah.
We're going
How
harder,
does a
guys.
dog scream? I mean,
Well, the size of the vocal cords primarily, probably. Does he just shriek? Kind of.
Yeah, I'll play it for you guys after the show. Yes, it's a legit scream. It's not a howl, it's not a bark, it's a scream.
Okay, and I've heard other dogs know about, primarily smaller dogs, and my sister when she was little.
One of the things we want to mention, the bathtub thing.
Okay, before we get to what George is talking about,
We'll leave the bathtub for last.
Let's go to this one. So, speaking of baths, though, when Prince gets a bath, he can also be very crazy. This was a time where I had help, and that did calm him down a bit. I felt like, I can't take two of them, so let me be nice. But when I'm by myself, he cannot handle a bath, and that's another moment where he goes crazy. The screaming, he'll fling himself all over the place.
So this is the other thing, Tiara, is lap dogs are called lap dogs because people sit them on their lap a lot, but in a dog's world, that is a possessive claim thing, and that is a ranking thing over you. So it's like this. If you had a child and your child was pulling you into the shower, how would you react? You'd say, you stop it. He's telling you to knock it off because he doesn't think you have the right to make him do it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So there may be some adjustments you need to make, which are difficult for people, but if you want to treat some of these issues, you're going to have to change his perception of you. You're the boss.
Exactly.
He's got to see that. So putting him on your lap, or even constantly carrying him, like, see, he owns George right now.
Oh, is that?
Oh yeah, Mr. Call me a devil dog. Now I'm in your lap, owning you, sir.
My little devil dog.
My little devil dog.
Yeah, he does. He has that I'm in charge mentality, and
yes.
it's like, I don't know where it gets it from.
Well, so when you sit a dog in your lap, from a dog's perspective, if they sat on top of a ranking dog, that dog would turn and snap them.
Okay.
Because they're saying, hey, you can't lay claim to me. So unfortunately, as us, we do it because we love them. But from their interpretation, it's like, okay, this is the person I'm possessive of now. So then they're not going to listen if you try to make it. They're like, hey, who are you to tell me what to do? I claim you. You see what I'm saying? That's the weird thing about it. Look how good he's being for George.
He's
See, he's sweet.
taking his sweater off, though.